Hi, I'm Dawn Kaler and welcome to Sizzling Spaces. This week's feature is herbs. So we're going to talk about herbs, growing them, eating them, how to care for them, harvesting, and want to introduce you to our herb bed. We have a Mediterranean feel with our herbs. Mediterranean feel is given here with adding some interest using terracotta pots. So it's not only adding more of a visual appeal, it's adding some color, it's giving some height to some of the plants. It makes the whole bed look a little more exciting rather than everything ground level. But one thing you need to beware is when you put in pots, your herbs will dry out faster than when they're in the ground. So you got to keep tabs on watering. The best thing for growing herbs is full sun, and a really helpful hint is you want to put your bed close to the kitchen. Many a times I'm cooking 10, 11 o'clock at night and I need some time. To run way back in the deep yard where there is no light to get some time and try to hold a flashlight and trim the right herb is a little challenging. So I've always created my herb beds close to the kitchen. I made them pretty and attractive so they look good in my backyard. As I mentioned before, the most important thing when you're growing herbs is location. They need a lot of sun. Second most important thing is the soil. It does not have to be the best soil, and I don't even compost my soil, but it needs to have good drainage, and that's what herbs want. It's a lot of sunshine and good drainage. So, if you're not sure where to start with just a couple in a small little bed. This bed is huge and amazing. You could do just a little tub and just grow a couple of the herbs that you like maybe basil or dill, and experiment with it. Every year I try to grow a new herb and experiment with it. Sometimes I don't even cook with the herb, I just enjoy the smell of the herbs. When kids come to visit, we do a scratch and sniff test. What is this herb? Taste it, smell it, what does it smell like? It adds a fun interest in my garden when I entertain, and that's also part of the reason I like it up front and center. Caring for herbs. Generally, when you want to harvest your herbs, they should be harvested before they flower. Well, what if I'm not ready? So what I like to do is flowers on herbs, you can just pinch them off or snip them off. A plant's job is to grow, produce flowers, reseed, and it's done. Some herbs are annuals, some are perennials. But when the plant is done, then you can't harvest it. So you want to prolong the growing of it. So when you snip all the flowers off, your plant is going to grow bushier, and it's going to be more alive and well longer, and then you can harvest a little later in the season instead of before it flowers. So you're forcing it to do more growth, and it will bloom again. This is marjoram. Now this is getting kind of long and leggy, and it is starting to form some flower buds. And what I'm going to do is just grab it here and just give it a haircut. Don't be afraid to cut and experiment. Gardening is one big outdoor experiment. So now I'm cutting all that off, and now it's going to have more growth, more leaves. The leaves are what you want. That's what we're eating and enjoying. And the herbs are a great substitute for adding sodium to your food to give it flavor. So all the herbs we have growing here, as well as our terracotta pots and saucers, and these lovely copper tags that you can identify the herbs that you have growing. You may all know what they all are, but say your guests come and they want to explore, and they can just see instantly what each plant name is. When you harvest, a lot of herbs can be harvested and then preserved by just drying the leaves. You can just put them on a drying rack like you do when you make cookies, and just let them dry. Put them in good circulation but no direct sun, and just let them dry. When they're dry, you can store them in jars and they keep for a long time. Some will freeze well. Basil, for example, will not freeze well. It turns black and leathery. I learned that the hard way. Mints. We have wonderful mints. All our herbs here are for sale that we have at Van de Heij's. We have Basil, nice variety of basils, different kinds of mints. The apple mint is my favorite. It works great in fruit salad. You don't have to be a big cook to learn how to use these. I take the mint leaves, dice them up, throw them on chopped fruit, drizzle a little agave, done. It's fabulous. Basil leaves, put them in a little mortar and pestle, flush it up with oil, and you've got dressing, your own basil dressing. There's different kinds of basil. There's globe basil, large leaf basil, purple basil. We have a wonderful selection. When you decide to grow a few herbs, whether it be in a small tub or a large, beautiful bed, big display like this, you know, come on in to Vandehuis. We still have a beautiful selection of herbs. And like I said before, herbs enhance your food. You can make great beverages with herbs. This is Dawn Kaler, and thanks for watching. Come visit me. I will help you put together a beautiful little herb bed. And until next time, don't forget the sizzle. That isn't how I was supposed to say.